Imagine you get a small cut while walking in a garden or maybe a wound after a minor accident. Normally, you would clean it, apply medicine, and uncover it with a regular bandage. But what if your bandage was not just a piece of cloth? What if it could actually understand what is happening inside your wound? What if it could detect dangerous bacteria known when an infection is starting and release medicine automatically before the problem becomes serious? This might sound like something from a science fiction movie, but scientists are now developing exactly this type of technology. A new generation of smart bandages could completely change the way we treat wounds in the future. Today, we are going to explore how this amazing invention works, why it matters, and how it could save millions of lives. The problem with normal bandages, for many years, bandages have worked in a very simple way. They cover the wound, they protect it from dirt, and they give the body time to heal. But there is one big problem: normal bandage cannot tell what is happening underneath. You may have wound that looks fine from outside, but the inside bacteria could already be multiplying. And when doctors finally notice infection may have already become harder to treat, especially dangerous for people with diabetes, elderly patients, people recovering from surgery, patients with serious injuries. An infected wound can become painful, slow down healing, and sometimes even become life threatening. The biggest challenge is that doctors usually find infection by checking symptoms: redness, swelling, pain, fever. But by that time, the infection may already be growing. Scientists wanted to solve this problem, and their idea was simple. Why not create a bandage that can detect the infection itself? The birth of the smart bandage, this new smart bandage, is not like the bandages you use today. Inside this small piece of material are tiny sensors and advanced technology. The sensors can monitor the condition of the wound. They can check things like chemical changes, temperatures, and harmful bacteria. Think of it like giving the bandage a small brain. It does not think like a human but can recognize warning signs. When the wound is healthy, the bandage simply protects it. But when bacteria starts creating problems, the bandage just notices. How does it detect infection? Now you might wonder, how can a tiny bandage know that bacteria are present? The secret is in its sensors. When bacteria go inside a wound, they create certain changes. The environment around the wound changes. The temperature may rise. Certain chemicals may appear. The acidity level can change. The smart bandage is designed to detect the signals. It is act almost like an early warning system. Imagine having a security alarm in your house. The alarm doesn't wait until the first stolen everything. It reacts when something suspicious happens. This bandage works in a similar way. It tries to catch the problem early. The amazing part: it releases antibiotics automatically. But detecting infection is only half the story. The really interesting part is what happens next. When the smart bandage detects a problem, it can release antibiotics directly when they are needed. This is different from taking antibiotics as a pill. Normally, medicine travels throughout the entire body, but this technology can deliver treatment directly to the wound. That means less unnecessary medicine, more targeted treatment, and potentially faster healing. It is like sending a firefighter directly to the room where the fire starts instead of flooding the entire building. Why this is a big deal? You might think, okay, just a bandage, why just a big invention? But this could have a huge impact. Every year, millions of people suffer from wound infection. Some infection become dangerous because they discover too late. A smart bandage could give doctors valuable information earlier. It also could reduce the overuse of antibiotics. That is extremely important because the world is facing growing problem antibiotic resistance. Now the hidden danger, antibiotic resistance. For decades, antibiotics have helped human in fight infection, but bacteria becoming smarter. When antibiotics are used too often or incorrectly, some bacteria survive. Those stronger bacteria can multiply. This creates infection that are harder to treat. Scientists around the world are researching for ways to use antibiotics more intelligently. A smart bandage could help by releasing medicine only when necessary. Instead of using antibiotics all the time, the treatment happens only when the wound actually needs it. Could this replace doctors? No. Some people might wonder, will smart bandages replace doctors? Probably not. Doctors will still be needed. Medical decisions are complicated, but this technology could become a powerful tool. It can help doctors monitor wound better. It can alert patients earlier, and it can make healthcare faster and more efficient. Technology is not replacing humans; it is helping humans making better decisions. Where could you use smart bandages? The possibilities are huge. Imagine hospitals using smart bandages after surgeries. Doctors could monitor healing without constantly removing the dressing. Soldiers on the battlefield could have wound were treated faster. Emergency workers could use them for accidents. Even regular people could one day use advanced version at home. A simple bandage could become a small medical device. Now the future of medicine. This invention shows everything. Something interesting about the future. Medicine is from moving from a wait until something goes wrong approach to detect problems before they become serious approach. The future may not only be about stronger medicines, it may be about smarter medicine. Bandage that understands the voice that monitors health. The device is quite a protection. Every day we are entering an era where technology and biology are working together. But here are still changes. Of course, this technology is still developing. Scientists need to make sure it is safe, affordable, reliable, and available to everyone. Medical intervention is not successful only because it works in laboratory. It has to work in the real world. It has to be affordable for ordinary people, and it has to pass strict testing before doctors can use it widely. Now the ending part. A small piece of material that can detect infection and deliver medicine automatically. A few years ago, this could sound impossible, but today scientists are turning the idea into reality. The future of healthcare may not just be about treating disease. It may be about preventing them before they become dangerous. And maybe one day the simple bandage in your first aid box will be the one of the smartest medical devices you own. If you find this technology, subscribe for more amazing science and future technology stories. Thank you.